Welcome back, Nation of Glory. Tonight, we bring you a journey carved from the concrete of struggle, the fire of sacrifice, the heartbeat of culture, and the roar of destiny. This story is not just about a wrestler. It is about a fighter, a father, a dreamer, a warrior whose soul refused to quit even when life tried to break him. A man who clawed upward through hardship, found purpose through pain, and rose to become a world champion. This is the cinematic, emotional, Hollywood-style legacy of Mark Sanchez. The world knows him as Mike Santana, or simply Santana. A king who earned his crown not through privilege, not through shortcuts, but through blood, grit, soul, and belief. A man who stepped into total non-stop action wrestling and claimed the throne as TNA World Champion, and who stepped into WWE's NXT brand with pride, not as a visitor but as a force of nature. So prepare your heart, open your spirit, and let this story lift you. Because tonight, you don't just hear a story, you feel it. You breathe it. And by the end, you walk away believing that dreams earned through pain shine brighter than any spotlight ever could. Let's fly. Dash dash dash. Every legend begins somewhere humble. Every warrior starts from a place where most people would quit before they ever begin. For young Mark Sanchez, life wasn't built on luxury. It was built on survival. He didn't grow up with guarantees. He grew up with grit. He didn't grow up hearing applause. He grew up hearing the world tell him he didn't belong, couldn't rise, shouldn't dream so big. And when you come from the rough parts of life, you learn quick, you either fight or you fold. And Santana, he was born to fight. He didn't choose toughness. Life carved toughness into him. He didn't decide to be strong. Struggle decided that for him. A kid inspired not only by the heroes on his screen, but by the warriors in his neighborhood, by his culture, by the streets that taught him loyalty, honor, and the value of standing tall even when you're hurting inside. He learned early that family is not just blood, it's everyone who stands with you when the world stands against you. And as he grew, as he felt the heartbeat of his heritage, as he looked at those who believed in him, he whispered a promise to himself. I will rise, not just for me, but for us. That promise took him to wrestling gyms where sweat fell thicker than hope, where rookies trained with hunger because nothing about their life was handed to them. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. But he was one of the most relentless. And in wrestling, relentlessness always wins eventually. He trained when others slept. He learned when others complained. He didn't make excuses. He made progress. Every bump on the mat was a memory. Every bruise was a badge. Every setback was a spark. The journey was slow. The road was long. But destiny was watching, waiting, testing him, sharpening him one moment at a time. And then, step by step, moment by moment, name by name, Santana started to rise. Crowds felt him. Opponents respected him. Fans didn't just watch him, they connected with him. Because he was one of them. Real, raw, human, flaws and fire all mixed together. He didn't rise alone. He rose with brothers in battle, warriors who walked with him, fought beside him, bled beside him, shared victories and heartbreaks. Loyalty shaped him. Brotherhood fueled him. But every warrior eventually reaches a crossroads, the moment where your destiny demands you walk alone. Life tested him harder. Personal storms came. Challenges beyond wrestling shook him. Losses, heartbreaks, doubt, pressure. There were nights pain stayed longer than hope. There were days he questioned whether the climb was worth it. But the thing about champions is simple. They break, but they rebuild stronger. They fall, but they rise like they were built to stand. They cry, but they come back with fire in their eyes. And Santana came back with fire. Not the fire of anger, the fire of purpose. This time, he didn't want to just be part of the system. He wanted to prove he could stand on his own. He wanted the world to see his name, his legacy, his identity. So he stepped into TNA with a declaration, not spoken in words, but written in every punch, every slam, every stare, every moment the crowd saw him walk out with pride in his chest and hunger in his soul. And destiny met him there. He fought bigger men, faster men, louder men, more hyped men, but none with his heart. None with his scars. None with his kind of fight. Every match was not just wrestling, it was a message. I am here. I am ready. I am undeniable. Fans watched him transform not into a contender, but into a king. A warrior who carried his culture on his shoulders and his family in his heart. And then came the moment. The moment dreams and tears and years collide. The bell rang. The world watched. The battle raged. And when the dust settled, when the last strike landed, when victory finally screamed through the arena, Santana stood tall as TNA World Champion. Not by luck. Not by hype. Not because someone chose him. But because he earned it. A kid from nowhere, now standing everywhere. A dream once doubted, now undeniable. A life once heavy, now triumphant. And even then, even in glory, he didn't stop. Champions don't stop. Real ones evolve. So when he stepped into WWE's NXT brand, he didn't walk in like a guest, he walked in like someone carrying legacy. Someone representing TNA, representing his people, representing fighters who never quit. And when the lights hit him, when the crowd reacted, when the energy exploded, the world felt it. Two worlds meeting, and Santana standing unshaken in the middle. His story is not about choosing one company over another. It's not about contracts or politics or headlines. It is about passion, love, loyalty, storytelling, dream chasing, and proving that no matter where you stand, if the fire inside burns bright enough, the world has to feel your heat. Now, with a championship on one shoulder and destiny on the other, Santana walks into each arena like a king returning to his throne. He speaks with calm thunder. He moves with purpose. He carries himself with weight. The weight of everyone who ever believed in him and everyone who ever told him he couldn't. And through him, we see a message. You don't need a perfect past to build a powerful future. Your pain can become fuel. Your struggle can become story. Your scars can become strength. He teaches us. Don't run from your story, turn it into your crown. Some people chase legacy. Some people create legacy. Santana became legacy. This is his era. Earned, built, lived. A champion not because he wanted the title, but because the title needed a man like him to define it. His rise reminds us all, greatness is not born. Greatness is forged in moments nobody sees. In battles nobody applauds. In tears nobody understands. And one day, when you're standing atop your mountain, the world will call you overnight success, but your heart will know the truth. You earned every inch. So remember Santana's journey the next time life pushes you down. Remember his strength the next time your dream feels far away. Remember his spirit when doubt whispers in your ear. Rise again. Fight again. Believe again. Because champions don't quit, they endure. And when your moment comes, take it. Own it. Live it. That's what Santana did. And that's why his story is not just wrestling, it is life. Thank you, Nation of Glory, for traveling through this emotional and powerful journey with us. If this story touched your heart, if it inspired your spirit, if it lit a fire inside you, show your love. Hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Share this story with someone who needs to remember the power of perseverance. We rise together. We fight together. And here at Nation of Glory, we believe in warriors like Santana. Until next time, stay strong, stay fearless, stay chasing your destiny. Nation of Glory, signing off.